Gratitude. It is a feeling, an attitude, or an appreciation in the acknowledgement of a benefit that one has received or will receive. Gratitude has been a focus of philosophers and major world religions throughout the course of history. Most importantly, gratitude is the genuine thankfulness that comes from a connection with someone special or through an extraordinary experience. My relationship with Mission Hospital began several years ago as a patient. Mission was there for me and my family when we needed it most. I experienced the compassion and care that is lived out daily by the skilled professionals at Mission Hospital. For nearly 325 years, my family has passed down and instilled a spirit of giving that can be felt at the local level. Giving back to our community is a significant value shared by everyone at No Let Spirits. Many of our team members give their time and talents to support the hospital. Tonight marks our 9th year serving as the title sponsor for the Mission Hospital Holiday Gala. Just as our company has grown over the years, so has Mission Hospital. All the proceeds from tonight's gala will support Mission Hospital's ongoing investment in technology, research, community programs, training and staff recruitment. We are very grateful for the nurses, physicians, and the entire Mission Hospital staff for the life-saving work that they provide to our community. If it weren't for Mission Hospital, my story and the stories of gratitude that you're about to hear would not be possible. Thank you for your generous support.
I was on my way to drop my sister off at the airport, and then I started having really bad chest pain. So my mom took me to the emergency room. The nurses really had an impact on me. I just noticed how unique all of them were. Every single one talked to me and told me I was going to be okay. And that really helped because I could have contact with them and I knew they really cared. They definitely represented angels to me. Mission has been good to us.
I was a single 33-year-old, just loving my natural fit in the ICU and the place I had as a nurse there. I was getting ready for bed and I felt something very different. I was as healthy as a person could be. I ended up having the procedure done the next day, followed immediately with the biopsy. I had an appointment with the surgeon that afternoon. 2 weeks later, I had surgery, and in those 2 weeks, I met with a fertility doctor, I met with my oncologist. It was a whirlwind, to say the least. My favorite nurse in the whole world was my cancer nurse. She and I connected immediately. We became friends. She made me feel comfortable with the process of being there for 4 months and part of that family at the office. The connections that you make with the people that you share this experience with are profound. I wanted to just be normal again, and my new normal is beautiful. Found this wonderful man to be with me in the future. I have the most incredible little daughter that I didn't know was possible. I'm so fortunate to be a part of people's lives at a time that I have experienced also. Being a good cheerleader also means letting your patient feel, letting your patient experience what they're going through and not ignore that it is terrible, but you're still going to move forward, because look at me. I help people get through that because of what I've been through.
Mission Hospital has connected with us in a very personal way. My mother, who had had a stroke, more than 50% of her body was completely paralyzed. She was in terrible pain. She had to be moved into a hospital.
My mother-in-law's brain had been affected by the stroke. She really had no filter. She would go off in tangents, and this nurse just pushed her computer aside and grabbed my mother-in-law's hand and just let her talk about her family and what her life was now like. She didn't treat her like a patient. She treated her like a human being with a lot of dignity. And I remember sitting up against the wall. It took my breath away. Something really special is happening here that I've never seen before.
During that time when she was in the hospital and very, very sick, situation where my sister, who lived in San Diego, was moving into her final stages of breast cancer. We received word from the doctors in San Diego that my sister only had days to live. How do we deliver this sort of news to my mother, who is herself very critically ill? And her strong wish was that she have a chance to say goodbye to her daughter. We spoke to the hospital. They recognized that this was an unusual situation. They really went out of their way and helped us in a way that went beyond medical treatment. They arranged for an ambulance to pick my mother up at the hospital down to San Diego. I lifted my mom out of her wheelchair and put her in bed next to my sister. And they had their last time together. That really speaks to, I think, the heart of what Mission Hospital believes in the sacred encounter. It's a way of really caring and having empathy and showing dignity and respect to individuals.
The first time I heard the word sacred encounter and what that meant, I was drawn back to that time and space in that emergency room with my mother-in-law, and I knew exactly what I had felt. And it was that touch of God. It was somebody reaching out at the worst possible moment in a woman's life. She was lost, she was lonely, she was looking for compassion and help, and that person knew to reach out and help. That said it all, that a hospital could go to that length, that it's much more than just a job. It's a calling.
It's a hospital that has all the best medicines and the best technologies, but takes every opportunity to have the best personal experiences as well.